Edu, disappointment for your side in the end. Your reflection on the performance and the result.
Um, Disappointed, of course, because we lost the final and that wasn't the outcome that we were chasing. Disappointed because we didn't manage the second half as we said that we were going to do in halftime. We got an early goal, and then obviously that really killed the game. And fair play to them. I mean, they knew how to play the final, and they wasted a lot of time in the last half an hour. So we only played probably 11, 12 minutes. But that's not a complaint, by the way. That's how you play finals, and congratulations to them. And I think probably that's what we need to learn. We need to learn that it's important to play our DNA. We need to learn that it's important to obviously reach finals, and we shouldn't forget that to lose the final you have to reach it, and obviously that's the positive. And we shouldn't forget that obviously we still won the league, and so it's been a very positive season. However, we need to do better with finals. We need to learn how to play the finals, and obviously the first thing I'm going to do is to reflect about my own learning and about my own ability to obviously make sure that I prepare the game in different ways to give the possibility to the players to win the final.
You asked for a reaction after the disappointment last week. Different side tonight with some of the senior pros not available and a younger side. Did you think you got that?
We got certain reaction. Yeah, we did. I think it would be very unfair and harsh on the players to say that we didn't. Now, the only disappointment was that I felt that we could have done better in certain moments about how to manage the final. But the reaction was there in terms of, the boys still work hard in the training session. We did obviously cover video analysis and so on, where there was some learning going on, and the boys reflected very well about the final. They reflected very well about how to play against the 4-4-2 that they were going to play. So there is positives in there, in the process, and you know that I'm all about processes and learning. And however, these boys are very close to the first team. So we need to know how to win games as well and how to win finals. And that's our learning. But again, it's a team effort, and I need to reflect about my own learning as well, and I need to reflect about what I need to do next.
You mentioned the learning opportunities. I mean, playing in two finals and unfortunately losing both of them, it's an experience. It's an experience that obviously footballers don't want to go through, but it's an experience nonetheless, and one that hopefully, in a weird way, will benefit them moving forward.
Yeah, of course, everything is experiences, everything is the learning, everything is the process, everything is the journey. And I've said it, for me, I'm a learner more than anything. So, of course, it's about the learning, it's about the journey, it's about the process. However, we are in a very ruthless environment, and we need to acknowledge that we are in an industry in which you need to get the 3 points every Saturday, and that's what we've learned this season. So in a way, I feel blessed because having reached these two finals, now the boys have experienced what means winning or losing. Probably if we hadn't reached the finals, they would be still kind of hesitating, and maybe we will still be quite naive when we go into the first team. Now this has given us the possibility to understand that when you go there and when there is a trophy, or when you go there in the first team and there is 3 points, and obviously your job is in the line and the gaffer's job is in the line, they need to understand that there are other things other than just the football, the DNA. There is how to manage the game and how to make sure that you do certain things to win the games. So in a way, I feel blessed that we've been in this scenario, because ultimately now the boys have experienced loads of different learnings which will be crucial and vital when they go into the first team. Now, is the kind of thing I was expecting in terms of outcomes? Of course not. I mean, when you reach the final, you want to win the finals, and we've prepared everything to win it. And we are winners, and we want to go there to win trophies. It's not like, so I'm not going to, excuse myself, or I'm not going to pretend that it's just about, getting there. No, of course, it's about getting there and making it happen, and making it done, and get the job done, and winning it. However, that hasn't happened, so now we need to reflect, and now we need to obviously learn about the experience, and we need to take the positives, because there are plenty of them. And one of them is that they've been exposed, I've been exposed as well. We are a team, it's not just them, it's not just the staff, it's myself as well. We've been exposed to big games, big finals in our stadium, and these experiences will only help us when we go into the first team. Now we know the feeling, now we know the energy, now we know the process. Maybe when we get there, we'll get them. Maybe we'll win them, when you have to win them. And obviously when your job is in the line. So I take the positive.
Tonight was the final game this season for the under-23s. Obviously a new experience for you, new experience for the club. How do you reflect on this season?
Oh, this season has been fantastic. I mean, it's been very, very good. I mean, that's been a very positive. I mean, first time we've created an under-23s in this football club, and to reach 2 finals, and to do very well in the league, and to expose the players into different type of games, which obviously have enhanced the development and the learning. It can only be a positive, and that's the idea of the 23s. The idea is that the boys and the staff develop themselves and improve, and with the daily improvements, and we are clearly better than what we were 9 months ago, and that's the positive I take. I mean, however, of course, when you reach 2 finals, you want to win them, and of course, at the end of the season, that's the kind of energy that there is now. That there is like, oh well, we got to the finals and we didn't win them. And however, in a month's time, we'll go and we'll think, hold on a minute. First time ever that we had an under-23s, we reached 2 finals, we did well, we did very well in the league with the 23s, we won the 18s league, and now we have players that know the difference between losing and winning, and that is probably the learning that they have to do when they are 23s. So far, when they were in the academy, it was about DNA, it was about learning, it was about how I could obviously learn my trade as a defender, as a striker, whatever your position is. Now, when you get to the 23s, it's much more than that. It's about how can I become a professional to be accountable to win games. And that's what we've learned this season. So I think the 23s has been excellent.
And not only that, I mean, you've helped develop the likes of Brandon and Sam and Alfie. They've all kind of been exposed to first team football that in previous seasons might have been a little bit tougher for them, not having the opportunity to impress like they have in the 23s.
Absolutely, and again, I mean, I'm a reflector, and of course, I'm hurt. I mean, we wanted to win the final, but ultimately, we've given Sam the opportunity to develop himself, Brandon, Oren Jackson, Gio, Kerner Furlong, I mean, Hugo Logan. All these players wouldn't have had any learning and exposure, really, this season if we hadn't had the 23s. So I think the 23s system is very, very important. Now, of course, if you only work on the outcome, you may say, hold on a minute, you got to 2 finals and you didn't win them. Yeah, that's the truth. I'm not going to lie that. I mean, I can't deny that. However, you need to work very hard in the process to get to those 2 finals. And maybe those 2 finals now give us the blessing and the opportunity to understand what's the difference between the losing and the winning, to then obviously making it happen when it counts, which is in the first team. So I only take positives from the 23 system. I think we've developed players. I think we've given opportunities to players that they wouldn't have had the same sort of development and journey if we hadn't had the under-23s. So I think it's a very, very positive. And also the staff. I mean, we wouldn't have been developing the same way as a staff if we hadn't had the under-23s. So obviously, of course, also, a big thank you to the football club to make the effort to have the 23s, because that has developed ourselves as well. I suppose I'm a better coach today than I was 10 months ago, because now I know what it is, the pressure of dealing with, winning and losing. I know what's the pressure of having to take first team players under your wing and obviously manage them and coach them. That wouldn't have happened if we didn't have the under-23s. So I think the 23 system, I mean, regardless of whether you win the finals or you don't, clearly it's work, and clearly it's a really good idea, and clearly has enhanced the development and the learning of everyone in this football club. Now, if you ask me just about the finals, of course, we wanted to win them. But there is much more in life than just a specific outcome. Maybe this is a journey that we've started this season, and obviously the journey is going to take us to another season, and maybe these players in 2 seasons are going to be winning games for the first team and promoting us back into the championship, because I'm sure that we'll go back into League One next year. So that's the learning, and that's the kind of thinking that I take from this season.